we are not in a position where litigation is our go-to. It's not. We don't ever want it to be there. We want to avoid it as much as we can. We would run the other direction if it was coming towards us as well, right? It's just that for the size of the project and what is at stake with respect to our clients, we can't rule it out. We can't.
And that was another point I wanted to address. I'm getting, as a landowner on a zoning board, I'm getting tired of hearing all the millions of dollars you folks have invested in your project. Do you know that as farmers, we have invested millions of dollars over the years hanging onto our land and improving our land and protecting our land?
Yep.
And it's our right as farmers, and on my right as a zoning board member, I wanna hear everybody's comment, and that's why I'm on the zoning board. But I don't want one in my backyard, personally, cause I have livestock, I have children, I have grandchildren, I know there's ice throw, there's all kinds of things. And I'm tired of hearing of the millions of dollars that we've invested. What about all the investment, these hundreds of people in Tama County have invested in their land to preserve it, to improve it, and you wanna come in and make a bunch of money off of wind turbines?
Sure, so
I mean, there's a concern there.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a valid concern, right? We're not saying that the millions of dollars we have invested are worth more than the millions of dollars you have invested, right? We have never made that argument.
No, but
And if it comes off that way.
you don't
I
need to.
think- No, but I'm just saying, if it comes off that way, I think we should just put that to rest in the sense that that is not at all what we intend to communicate, right? I mean, a dollar is a dollar is a dollar. It doesn't matter who's spending it, who has it, who holds it, who's, whatever, who loses it. At the end of the day, I think it's also fair for folks to see it in perspective that we're also invested too. And I think that's why sitting down with landowners and sitting down with TCAT and all these folks to try to come to a cooperative resolution is the most productive way for us to solve these issues, because we both have skin in the game. We have a lot of skin in the game, everybody all around. And so I hope that if we came off that way to you, I hope that we can dispel that notion. That's not something that we ever wanted to do. I think if we can get together with, whether it's 2 representatives, 3 representatives, 4 representatives of each, whatever the numbers, that doesn't matter, right? What matters is coming to the table and having a discussion, quite frankly, like what we're having right now, which is, it's productive, it's an interactive dialogue where nobody has, an advantage over the other. All we're trying to do is just sit down and say, here's the way we see it. We wanna hear the way you see it. And then I think that, like most Iowans do in any type of dispute, whether it's a fence dispute or anything else, right? We can come to an agreement. We're not unreasonable people, right? And so I think that is probably what we're aspiring to this evening, if we can get there. And, you might view us as the evil empire. We don't view you as the evil empire, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying, which is, I think we're all the same. At the end of the day, we both put our pants on one leg at a time, right? That's where we are. And I think we've just struggled to get there. And it's probably productive if we can get to that point. So we hope that those we're trying to talk to are gonna be cooperative with us. We absolutely are an open door to talk to them. And, less conflict is better. And at the end of the day, I do think, at least I'm maybe naive, but I'm hopeful that we can find a resolution to this, and I hope we can.
I have a quick question for Colin. One of the supervisors has claimed that Salt Creek has threatened to sue for $15 million if they place a moratorium on future projects. Is that, yes, that's what they said this morning, was 15 million.
Last week it was 30 million, wasn't it?
Changes every day.
Wouldn't, if Salt Creek were to sue, wouldn't it be more realistic to sue for the rights to continue building if you win, as opposed to suing for money?
A couple of things, I'm not sure that I really get the question
Does that mean
there.
sue for the rights?
I think the question was.
If the supervisors place a moratorium, they have been told that they would get sued by Salt Creek for $15 million.
Is that true?
And that's what Larry claimed this morning in the Board of Supervisors meeting.
So are you aware
I
of
don't know
that?
who
And
Larry
is-
is.
Larry, the supervisor, Larry Vest, our
Okay,
District
yeah,
One
Sorry,
Supervisor.
I didn't know who you were
Okay.
speaking to. There's like Larrys in the world, so.
We got a dog named Larry.
There you go.
But I mean, instead of them placing a moratorium and then Salt Creek suing for money, wouldn't it make more sense for Salt Creek to sue for the moratorium or for the right to continue building instead of for money?
Okay, so I'm not sure exactly the facts that you're talking about. I have to be honest, I can't speak for Larry, although Larry seems like a nice guy. I just don't know anything about Larry.
No.
Yeah, it's a letter from, a letter came from
Like,
your
I
dad.
didn't say anything bad about Larry.
Yeah.
Don't.
There's a letter from your
It's-
guys'
it's-
office
Well,
to the,
it's not for me, let's put it that way. So with respect to that, it depends on the type of relief that you're seeking, right? So there's equitable relief, which is to lift the moratorium. But if the moratorium is not lifted and it does cost us money, then in theory you would have to sue for monetary damages. That's just the way the law works. It's either one or the other. There's no other mechanism through the courts through which to seek remedies. But I'm not gonna make any representations as to that. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I don't know.
So you weren't aware of the
It's
threat to
based
sue
upon
if they
hearsay
place a
upon
moratorium?
hearsay upon hearsay, so I
So-
don't know.
So what are you saying, you don't know what is accurate?
Well, she is saying that somebody else said something that they heard from someone else. I have not been part of that circle of whatever it is, and so I'm not gonna get into saying what is accurate and is not, because I haven't seen the evidence.
So are you saying you are unaware of the claim of $15 million?
I'm unaware of whatever Larry is basing his information on. I
No,
don't know.
I myself am asking, not through Larry, I am myself am asking.
It doesn't matter if you're asking or not, I don't know
Yeah.
what Larry's relying on, so I can't tell you.
Well, okay, my question to you,
Yeah, go ahead.
are you, as a representative of Salt Creek, indeed threatening a $15 million lawsuit if a moratorium is put in place for future projects?
I haven't
Are you
threatened
aware of
anything.
that? What?
I haven't threatened anything.
there's a letter
As
from your
a
guys'
Well,
office.
I'm just saying, I haven't seen, I don't know what the letter is. The
Okay,
letter
we're-
could be completely.
So that'd be you're
explained.
not aware of it, okay.
Let's,
You're not aware of it.
let's calm
I'm
it
not
down
aware
a
of
little
it.
bit, but I think you're skirting my question.
I think what I'm telling you is, I can't answer your question because what you're asking me is something I can't answer.
My question is, are you aware of Salt Creek, not you, Salt Creek, proposing any kind of lawsuit if there is a moratorium on future
I am aware that
projects?
that they certainly have legal and equitable rights to file a lawsuit, the nature of which depends on what the actions are.
Okay,
As far as saying $15 million, $30 million and things of that nature, I can't answer that
okay,
question.
so I had to, simplify my question, but now you have answered it, thank you.
Okay, so to the extent, I guess to put a bow on that, I mean, I don't know, when we have somebody who says, so-and-so said, that so-and-so said,
I
that
understand.
so-and-so said, I hope that everybody appreciates that this is literally a game of telephone like we played when we were
I
kids in
understand that.
elementary school. So, with respect to however you took that, take it with a grain of salt, because it could be completely false. I don't know.
That's why I tried to simplify my question down to, it is me asking you if you were aware. Not if you were, but if you were aware of Salt Creek possibly proposing that.
I think Salt Creek reserves any and all legal rights that they have.
Okay, that's, cause I just felt like I was being skirted and now I feel like I'm being answered.
I
It's
didn't
okay.
mean to do that to you, I think maybe there was a disconnect.
Yeah, which is why I was trying to get to the connection, and I think it was getting a little riled, but,
Yeah, no,
We're good. We're good.
Again, like, we're fine.
yep, we are.
We didn't come in here to cause conflict, we're in here to kind of educate.
No,
and
it's all
inform,
right.
That's what we do.
Typical conversations.
Alright, sound good.
All right, I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
nobody's throwing eggs at you,
Don't
you're
do it in
good.
the parking lot.
I'm gonna seek a motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
Wade has moved to adjourn the meeting, Doug has seconded. Those here in favor say aye.
Aye. We'll get the combine.
So we don't have to be here all night.
I'm done though, so I don't have to.
Good for you. I am too.
Guys, how many acres you got left to go, Doug?
I'm done.
Oh, you're done.
Got the cows
He's
out.
just chasing cows.
Cows out on the stock